or at least forcing him to blow nukes. So we do see Defiler in mid doing a good job denying and farming really well. Actually, I take that back. It's Angry Testy that's denying and farming really well. Defiler actually getting kind of crushed there at the opening creep wave for last hits. Valkyrie trying to do a lot of damage here, but Glacius using that slow and some auto attack harassment doing a lot of work. And Pharaoh's gonna have a really hard time getting in there to get some damage in. But you may end up seeing Pharaoh just kind of chilling back, because I just don't think he's going to have a very easy time against this lane. Definitely want to see a stout shield on him relatively soon to try and negate some of that damage. And on bottom, though, we do have Slither Engineer versus Hellbringer Blacksmith. I believe Slither's going to have a tough time in that lane against a 600 range Babysitter, and on top of that, 2 huge dots of damage, and of course Slither having a very low base. But I mean, overall, what do you think? Who's got the advantage in lanes?
In lanes, okay, top lane, it's probably Solstice or Glacius. We saw it do loads of work. They have the easy lane now, being in the lane where the creeps will always be very close to their tower, and they just have so much
action bottom. Actually, we do see Hellbringer taking a lot of damage, and Turret coming in and actually picking up a kill. Slither, though, was so weak and barely surviving with about 1 auto attack of HP left. Actually, a little more than that. I take that back. But Hellbringer and Blacksmith somewhat overplaying. In top as well, there was some action. I believe it was Valkyrie that went down. Yep.
Sorry, I missed that first blood there. Just randomly.
I was lubricating my throat with some very sexy Gatorade, and I actually I was unable to tell you in time about the action on bottom. So overall, though, we do see somewhat, good to see a lot of action going down. We see Blacksmith actually with an Iron Buckler. Excuse me, it's called Iron Buckler, not Stout Shield. I am a baddie. Now we have Pharaoh with Invis top coming in, probably going to try and gank this Corrupted Disciple here. And Disciple, though, is going to get the bottle, and he's going to pop in. Oh, I think Pharaoh was seen by the tower. Wow, you gotta know your tower range there, Caution. Come on,
Oh my god,
buddy.
Hellbringer getting away on a literally 2 health. Ate some trees or something, is regaining health now, but that was extremely close. It literally came down to a Toxic Ward not getting a hit off. So some action with Valkyrie again.
On top. Yep.
Yeah. And now Valkyrie gets away. He hasn't leveled Leap yet. I kind of would have leveled Leap, maybe level 1, level 2 against this a really strong slow from Glacius, but I don't know. That's what basically cost Valkyrie the death, about a minute ago. So yeah,
I'd have to say 100 mana for 100 mana for a 75 damage nuke that potentially could do about 100 damage. Just not worth it. I'd rather have an escape mechanism at level 1 and 2. And nice arrow, actually. Glacius having to dodge down, which allowed Pharaoh to come in top. Slither porting in. He's doing a lot of damage. Wow, that was actually a really great gank. Caution eating that tree to come up and get on Glacius as Valkyrie threw the arrow a little above Glacius, forcing Glacius to come back down in range of Wall of Mummies. Caution now kind of coming back, and it looks as though Pharaoh's going to be the pseudo-roamer. I would have expected Valkyrie, or maybe even a Slither, and Rune bottom Engineer beating Corrupted Disciple to it. Really good job on rune control by the outside lanes. Well, even though it only happened once, you really have to give him credit, because, excuse me, that's 400 health and 200 mana that Corrupted Disciple does not have. And we do see kind of a 2-stack in mid, 2-stack on top. Interesting to note, Pharaoh, where is he going to port to? He's porting top, and Keg goes off, and it actually looks as though Corrupted Disciple may go down. Hasted Engineer taking a nuke damage and some tower damage, but Defiler going to throw a wave, and Corrupted Disciple dodges it, and he's going to turn this around. Haste running on an Engineer. Is Corrupted Disciple going to have his nuke up? He is soon, and actually trying to throw a Keg to get out of there, but it's not going to happen. Engineer going down, and we do see some action on top as well. Valkyrie doing a lot of work on Glacius along with Pharaoh, and Soulstealer not able to put out enough damage to kill off Valkyrie before Glacius goes down. Wow. Huge battles going on. Defiler missing that wave, and Engineer not knowing exactly when that haste is going to run out. You got to be upset if you're Engineer spending all that time picking up the rune, coming through mid, avoiding any potential ward spots, coming in, trying to get the gank on Corrupted Disciple, and then dying, having the gank completely turned around because Corrupted Disciple, knowing not to keep running up, but instead just line of sight kite around those trees. Defiler expecting him to keep running up, waves above, and completely misses. So just really, really, really advanced plays coming from Angry Testy. You gotta give the guy credit. Just playing phenomenal solo mid right now.
Definitely. He's like that was really good work there. He knew exactly how much damage he would take. He knew exactly how much damage Engineer would take, and he really took advantage of that. And I think it was 2 tower hits that Engineer took, and then he was suddenly in danger. The Engineer being played by the same guy who played the Engineer last game, who was who we discussed was a bit lacking on some of the gameplay involving Engineer. So hopefully we'll see something better from him this game, I'm hoping. And now, just as I say that, it looks like everything's being wrapped up in some passive play, some farming going on top. Valkyrie and Pharaoh looking to just not give them those creeps for free, but Soul Stealer's just nuking them down and getting free gold out of there. Boots, so he's probably going for power treads. Again, he's not. I don't think he got a bottle last game at all, did he?
No, he actually just went. Yeah, he just went straight for steam boots of strength into portal key into shrunken head, and I would assume.
Treads. Whoops.
Yeah, I know what you mean. For those of you that don't know, power treads are steam boots in Dota. Yet again, just let us know if we keep using too many Dota terms. We do apologize. It is a bit of a habit for casters that have casted Dota or have played, or anybody that's even played Dota before, to use those terms. So, you know, we do apologize again, but let us know. We'll break the habit. We keep beating ourselves up about it. So, yet again, this VOD is of the GameReplays.org Invitational. We want to give a shout out to S2 Games for sponsoring this with $1,000. Top 8 teams in the world, all competing in the same place, same time. GR Invitational. This is huge. And this is just absurdly awesome. So thanks again, S2, for putting up the money. Thanks again to people like Custodian and Snoopy and Con and Sixie and Carmelizer and Calneon and Sengar and all these guys that put this together. It's a lot of work, and you really got to give these guys credit. So, Custodian, I wish I had your man voice so I could say you want to thank Custodian in the Russian voice. Excuse me, Serbian voice. I might have offended him there. But overall, thanks again to S2 Games and to GameReplays.org for just giving us such a fantastic season, and you know what's turning up to be such an exciting invitational so far. We do go back to action now. Engineer farming relatively well on bottom. You know, he can solo pretty well. We do see Defiler coming bottom. I don't believe. Oh, she does have a regen rune, so that's actually looking good. If Engineer can land a keg, this is not looking good for Hellbringer and them. But Hellbringer and Blacksmith both backing up here. And we do see a lot of pulls being done by both Glacius and Soul Stealer. We have Valkyrie and Pharaoh trying to get a pick, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Hellbringer and Blacksmith now rotating underneath. They need to lay wards back down. Hellbringer doing so. Blacksmith, what I'm interested to know is what items is he going to get? I'm praying, keeping my fingers crossed for the Dagon. Or the Codex, excuse me. Does Blacksmith Codex bring back some bad memories there by that side? And actually, we do see an arrow on top by Valkyrie hitting Glacius. Wards going off by Slither, slow going off. But Wall of Mummies actually not picking up on. Wow, it's a Ward of Mummies pushing Glacius away and actually trapping Pharaoh himself in, so Soul Stealer can sit in there and do some work. Corrupted Disciple trying to pour it in, but it was too little too late. Slither, Valkyrie, you know, just doing a great job ganking, and you're just letting Defiler solo mid now with the ultimate up and the wave. Probably going to pop that regen rune, and actually the Courier going down! Oh man, Courier did go down in mid. That was huge. I thought that was Defiler's Courier for some reason because I didn't think they would have just left it there. So 5 probably very frustrated right now. Yeah, I really that's absurd. I can't believe that happened. I would have liked to have actually seen the regen rune being popped and then you wave during it, so you get that much extra mana out of it. So your ghost could have been hitting on that tower a little bit longer. Defiler, tick tick tick. Come on, man, the time is brutal. And wow, another regen rune for Defiler. Some action on top as well. Soul Stealer picking up a kill on Valkyrie, but there was no stun involved. I wasn't even watching that. All of a sudden I look up and Valkyrie is dead. Did she just take 3 nukes? Oh, she probably thought she was going to kill Soul Stealer there. You know, whenever you go on a Soul Stealer, you really got to be careful because those 3 nukes, especially at level 8, they're all doing 300 damage apiece. So Ugh, just some brutal